What's up, everybody? Welcome to Own the Chaos. My name is Brad. That man over there is Fat Man Zoom. The stock market is crazy and chaotic. We made it our mission to help you own it. And today we have a special topic. It is all about bold predictions for 2021. Now, these are going to be crazy and outlandish. So you're absolutely crazy. Yes, we know we are. That's the freaking point. So leave those comments at the door. Fat Man Zoom, what kind of bold predictions do we have this year for 2021?
Man, we're all over the place. So we're going to go through, we got a bunch of them, and I'm just going to get right into it. So our first bold prediction is that Amazon stock will do a 20-to-1 stock split next year.
20-to-1 is pretty crazy. So that would bring it down to what, like around $200 a share, somewhere around there?
Yeah, so $175 a share.
Yeah, that would be crazy to see Amazon down there, but I feel like it's warranted. We need to see Amazon down at those levels so people will actually start buying it more. I can't tell you how many times I've seen Amazon come down, or people come into me and say that Amazon's too expensive to buy, even though it's more of a mental game and it doesn't add any more value to the stock. We've seen what it's done to Tesla. We've seen what it's done to Apple more times over. Apple would be valued somewhere around $27,000, $28,000 a share had they not done a few splits. So it's just crazy. But I think that Amazon finally does it too. It's a bold prediction, 20-to-1. We'll see if it happens. That is the first one we have on the order. The next one here is that Zoom hits the S&P 500 next year, and also not only hits all-time highs, but I'm saying $750 a share for Zoom. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what this video is about. It's bold predictions. Zoom's hitting the S&P 500 and $750 a share. If it hits
the S&P, it's going to go off.
Yeah.
But guys, before you even ask us, yes, you are right. We did eat some of Brad's mom's crack pot pie, chicken crack pot pie. So yes, 750. I was hoping for 500, but all-time high.
It's already hit 500 this year, so I'm thinking,
Yeah, you're right.
Bold prediction. Prediction.
The next one we have, the online gaming sector, so sports betting sector, is the leading sector of the market next year.
Yeah.
I don't know how bold this is. I don't think this is like just outright straightforward, but I think it's a little, I don't know how many people are saying it. Let's say that.
It's definitely something that there are some people talking about the gaming industry, but I don't know if there's people like you and I who are as bullish as we are on the gaming industry. I, for one, think that Barstool Bets is going to beat somebody, whether it's DraftKings or FanDuel or both this year. I think that Barstool Bets becomes the number one trading app, and they could potentially, I don't know, man. Do you think $150, $155 a share could come for Penn this year?
It's so hard because we're looking at the movement after when we ran back up, and it's like, can we get these returns again? Man, I would love it. I do think that Michigan is going to set the tone for the rest of the year. So for those that don't know, Michigan they've already started getting the wheels turning to actually do online betting. Provisionally, they have the licenses out. So that's good to go. So in January, we're actually going to see some betting. Football season is going to be record-setting for online handle. And I believe that Barstool Bets, at the very least, is the number one brand company in Michigan. So I think they lead the way in sports handle. That is a bold prediction. And if they do that, that'll set the tone for the rest of the year. And I think your 150 is within reach.
Yeah, man, it's hard to argue 66 million stoolies out there that they have to reach from in the ecosystem of Barstool Sports. So we're super excited about Penn, nevertheless, but it is a bold prediction for sure. The next one here is going to be Tesla. Of course, how could we not have Tesla on this bold prediction list? Fat Man Zoom, you're saying that Tesla produces 1 million cars by the end of 2021, and I have Tesla hitting $1,000 a share. They might be talking about a split yet again in 2021. We'll have to wait and see, but these are some pretty bold predictions, and they might actually be achievable. What do you think?
I remember when the split was coming up, the big topic we had was like, is Tesla going to hit $2,000 a share pre-split? And it was like $1,500, $1,750. Can it hit $2,000? If your prediction is correct, that means that pre-split, it would have been $5,000 a share. That's incredible. I love the prediction. For context, as far as the $1 million, because million cars, I don't know if Tesla's going to project 1 million cars. I think they're going to project max 900,000.
Yeah.
That's the max because you want to be able to beat guidance. But I think they hit 1 million cars. Well, this year, they were pushing for 500. It looks like they're going to get 500,000 cars, but they're just going to squeak it in. So that means they got to double what they did this past year. That's not easy for a car company. That's my bold prediction, 1 million cars.
Let me toss this at you. Do we see a Cybertruck this year, and do we see a semi this year? Not one or the other, both. Do we see both this year?
We do. We see the semi. I think we see the Cybertruck after the semi, but I think we see them both this year, which bodes well for the company.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome if that happens. All right, so next
one
is going to be Spirit Airlines. Now, this is something that you're probably not really familiar with, especially if you're just watching this channel for the first time, which, by the way, if you are, hopefully we earn a subscription for you. Make sure you hit that like button as well. But Spirit Airlines is a spin-off company of Boeing. They primarily make fuselages for the Boeing MAX 737. They also have other clients as well. Airbus comes to mind. But Spirit Air Systems has been absolutely crushed because of the 737 MAX, and obviously with all the other stuff that's been going on with the airlines, it's not been doing well. So it got beat down from around $90+ a share, now sitting around $38-$39 a share as of this recording. And you think that this probably doubles?
I think this definitely doubles.
I do too. I think this definitely has potential for that. We've already seen some great, crazy orders come in, some unexpected orders for the 737 from Europe. Now we are seeing that they are ready to do commercial flights. American Airlines is on board with this. So I think that this bodes really well for Boeing, which also bodes well for Spirit Air System.
And I mean, a bold prediction. I'm not going to be really surprised if it hits $100 a share. That's wacko. but I mean, the $80 a share is really what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Airline as a whole, I think demand's going to come back, especially the second half of the year. I think we're going to see huge numbers. I think everybody's itching to travel. And, you always talk about the market being a forward-looking vessel. I think that we're going to see people pour back into traveling. So I feel good about the industry as a whole, specifically the ones that manufacture. I love that. So yeah. Spirit's the one. The next one we have is Alibaba, which as we speak has been beaten down, and we've made awesome trade on it in the Chaos Crew today. Yesterday it hit as low as like 2012 or two teens. We say it goes to $300 a share, Brad.
Yeah, you know what? I'm changing my stance. I am. It's $330 per share. I think that Baba sees $330 per share in 2021. This whole thing with the Chinese government. There's one thing that the Chinese government in general doesn't want to lose, and that's money. So if they come after Jack Ma, which is the face of Baba, and start messing around with him and kind of like meddling into that really kind of hurts the money that could potentially be brought into the Chinese market. So I think that it's a lot of posturing. We see this from China all the time. The insane amount of posturing that comes from them is ridiculous. I know that there's some concerns as far as risk is concerned, but once this all blows over, I think Baba just absolutely crushes it.
Let me throw this back at you. Alipay IPO was halted by the government. Does the Alipay IPO happen in general? Does it happen in 2021?
I think so. I think it does. And that's definitely what could send Baba through the roof.
All right. What do we got next?
Next one we got is Nvidia. So you actually had said ARM acquisition will go through, which I agree with as well. And what do you have as far as Nvidia in the future? Where do you think it's headed up as far as price per share, all that good stuff?
Yeah, I wanted to make sure to point out this the ARM acquisition, and same with Alibaba. Remember these things when you're evaluating a stock and doing your due diligence, because people forget. And we've been constantly reminding people about the ARM acquisition. And if you remember, Brad, I had pointed out when it happened, because the stock moved up and everybody was excited. I said it never was official.
Yeah.
It never got done. The deal wasn't done. And subsequently, everybody's asking, why is it sideways? Why is it sideways? I'm not saying it's the only reason, but I think there's a lot of waiting, and to the point where people forget that ARM acquisition never went through.
Right.
So that needs to go through, number one. And I don't know what's taking so long, but that has to go through for any of my other prediction to matter. But the prediction is Nvidia has a higher growth percentage than Tesla on the year. And Nvidia outperforms Tesla next year. Book it.
Damn. That is pretty crazy, especially since it has feels like it's just been, I don't know, it's just been like an elephant sitting on its chest for the.
Hey, and I'm gonna ad lib. I'm going off script. Domino's Pizza does too, baby. Domino's Pizza outperforms Tesla.
We do love ourselves some Domino's Pizza. And they just got downgraded. So that means that it's for sure going up at this point. So next one for me is IPOC. Clover Health comes in, the merger goes through. We see $50 a share by end of year for Clover Health. I think that probably happens sooner than the end of the year. I would almost venture to say the first quarter of 2021, we see $50 out of Clover Health, IPOC, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, for you guys that don't know, SPACs, look at the IPOs, IPOC, DEF. IPOF is going to be one to keep an eye on because it has I think it was $1 billion in capital invested in it. I think they're looking to make a big acquisition. Look at that. SPACs are going to be a huge play in general they're going to keep growing. They're big now, but they're going to blow it out of the water next year.
Absolutely.
So keep an eye on that. And what we like about IPOC is Clover Health has Google backing it, Google Ventures, venture capital. This one, you're right. IPOC, I think it is quarter one, and we're looking for that to happen. It should go through quarter one, so that makes sense that the move would happen. Be interesting to see what happens around the first earnings. It might be a little bit of a bumpy ride around first earnings, but what it's positioned in, and with the administration, it's in Medicare, health, that bodes well for the company as a whole. It's a great long-term investment. It's a great short-term investment. IPOC, keep your eye on that one. Next, the beautiful, beautiful baby, Peloton. Peloton, what's the market cap on that right now?
Market cap on Peloton right now is actually sitting at $43 billion is the market cap for Peloton.
100 billion market cap next year. 100 billion. We love Peloton and we get it. You guys in the comments right now, as we're watching the premiere, are probably saying about, the remote play and people are going back to the gym. Spare me, sucker, spare me. Really, the reason is they got so many products coming out next year. The rowing machine is going to launch next year. The treads haven't even really been selling yet. They've been taking orders, but they haven't shipped them yet.
Yep.
The bike's going to continue doing it. So the Peloton treadmill is eventually going to be their number one seller, in my opinion, over the long term.
Yeah.
And the rowing machine, if we can have those sales hit next year, this stock going to blow. It's going to blow up. Revenues are going to go through the roof, man. Yep.
We've been talking about this since it was at $20-some a share and have not deviated from our bullish statements on this. We're still saying this thing goes higher. For me, next one's going to be Disney. And I have been talking about Disney ever since they went Disney Plus. I said, Netflix, watch out. And everybody thought I was nuts. And while we're on the subject of Disney, take this for example. Disney Plus probably has somewhere around 30 million users. They had 10 million users on their first day, which was absolutely incredible. It's already been reported that they are taking well over 1 million users from Netflix as we speak. Netflix has about 150 million users right now worldwide, and so which is a staggering number as you compare it to about 30 million for Disney, but Disney has only been out there for a couple of months. Also consider this, Disney Plus is only available in the US, whereas Netflix right now is available worldwide. But here's what's coming down the pipe for Disney. Disney is actually going to be available in Europe in March, and then will also be available in Latin America in October. So right now the impact is minimal, but once it reaches globally, I think that's when we'll really start to see the pressure come down on Netflix. And I have to admit, I didn't see this happening as fast as I did, as I originally thought, but obviously the Rona exacerbated this movement to grow. But I think that Disney continues to grow just as fast. Nothing slows down for them. We had this marked out, between Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, and Hulu is 137 million subscribers?
Yep.
So they're not that far behind Netflix, with Netflix being at 189, 190 subscribers.
195.
So 195. Disney passes them in 2021.
That's incredible. So Disney, let's be clear, all the Disney streaming services combined will pass Netflix. So Netflix is going to keep growing and Disney's gonna pass them. I love it. And we don't talk about all the other streaming services as well. ESPN's great. Hulu, people cutting the cord. Disney Plus, the theaters aren't coming back like they were before. So this is just a new way of doing business with launching right on the platform. I agree, man. Disney Plus is a firm number 2. They're eventually going to be number 1.
Yep.
Here's something that is off the radar, HBO Max and Prime Video, keep an eye on these guys, because I think one of these guys, HBO Max isn't going to compete, but I think they're going to carve a nice little niche.
Yeah.
Their content's good. Prime Video, I think, becomes a player. And I think when we look forward, I think even Prime Video could give Netflix a run for their money. I could see Disney in the pole position and Prime Video next with the amount of cash that Amazon has to create new content.
Yeah,
bro, I think they're a sleeper too in the industry
right now. The big three, as far as TV is concerned, is what? NBC, CBS, ABC. Right? Would it be crazy in our lifetime to see that change around to Netflix, Disney Plus, and Prime? Those would be like the three that people think of. And, and then all of a sudden it's like NBC, CBS, and ABC are just no longer there. It'd be crazy to see that kind of happen. But it could happen. I think that's something that's very possible. So wild stuff. All right. So Disney passes Netflix. The next one here, I'll let you take the reins on this one. This is IBM. It says rises from the ashes. Let's expand on that a little bit.
IBM rises from the ashes, people. IBM, your grandfather's stock. Your great-grandfather's stock, probably your great-great-great. This thing has been around forever. It's unsexy. It's losing money. It's losing market share every quarter. It feels like it's on a steady decline and a slow death. No longer, people. 2021, IBM reinvents itself. It has a new CEO who I like. Microsoft did this. Microsoft did the same thing. They were unsexy. They were losing to Apple. And they're like, you know what? Why are we trying to go against them? They pivoted. They created a new space. Like they got into a new space and they just reinvented what they did. And now they're better for it, which we love Microsoft, by the way.
Yeah.
IBM does the same thing, man. IBM is the ugliest stock we got out there. But next year, mark my words, we're going to be talking about this CEO and he's going to do new things and he's going to take some chances. And that's the kind of shakeup these type of companies need.
Yeah, man. We've always talked about how businesses continue to sustain, and it all really kind of revolves around their ability to pivot. IBM has figured that out for time and again for generations, and that could happen. We'll see, but that is a bold prediction. For me, the S&P 500 hits $4,500 per share. As we're talking right now, sitting at $3,700, which I don't know if anybody even saw happening in 2020, which has been absolutely remarkable. There's so much money sitting on the sidelines still, which is also insane. We still have rates that are going to be staying the same through 2022. So I think the S&P also bringing on Tesla, bringing on a lot of the other big tech stocks. If they even do bring on Zoom, I think that's going to be another huge value add for the index. $4,500 a share for S&P 500, and it is all led by tech.
I love that. And it's tough because we could do Apple predictions. I have some of those in my back pocket. Social media predictions. There's so many opportunities out there. We can't get them all. But leave in the comments your guys' bold predictions. We're going to pin the most popular one.
Yeah. Just our favorite one. Not even the most popular. Our favorite.
Not most popular. Our favorite one. But before we leave, I have a few questions that I want to ask you, Brad.
Okay. What you got?
All right. Top 3 price point predictions for next year.
Top 3 price point. So just pick any stock.
Yep. So you said Tesla 1,000, right?
Tesla 1,000. I think Apple hits 225.
Okay.
And then, I already said Zoom.
Zoom's a crazy one. Okay, we got those 3.
So we got those 3.
Where does Bitcoin end the end of the year?
Bitcoin end of 2021, 50K.
Damn. Okay.
Bold predictions, baby.
Trendy sector of the year. So what is everybody going to be hyped about?
Well, I'm going to be hyped about sports betting, but I think a lot of people are going to be hyped around renewable energy, solar systems, and that sort of thing. Maybe even hydro energy. That I think that's going to be the big to do, especially with the Biden administration, all that stuff. It's going to continue.
So we're going to be hearing about this company has renewable. This company has renewable.
First Solars. We're going to talk about all that crazy crap.
So along those same lines, most annoyingly requested stock next year, the one that you're just going to be like, stop asking me about this ridiculous stock. Which stock's going to annoy you the most next year?
Well, if it's not a solar if it's not a solar related one, I have to thank Jeremy from Financial Education for this one. It's going to be Tattooed Chef. Everybody and their mother's already asking me about this stock, and I'm sick of talking about it already. So I imagine that is only going to continue going into 2021 since we're just now talking about it at the end of tail end of 2020. Tattooed Chef is going to be my least favorite stock by the end of 2021, even if it does go crazy.
Okay. I'm going to throw one at you that you're not aware of. What is your one stock? Like, what's your stock pick of the year? So if you had to put 10K on one stock, which one would it be?
Bro, it's got to be Penn. It's got to be Penn. Penn's my favorite stock of the year.
I'm saying Amazon. I think Amazon splits, and I think that sends that sucker to the moon.
I mean, that's a great one.
All right. And the most important question and the final question, drum roll, please. Rocket stock prediction. I want the Rocket's stock price by the end of the year.
Rocket hits, it gains 100% this year, $40 a share.
Ooh, I'm saying it's $50. And I'm legit saying that, people. I'm not making it up. $50 a share.
That is a bold prediction.
We had to bring Rocket. We couldn't do a bold prediction without Rocket.
How could we not?
This is a great way to end it. So that's what we're going to say. Book it, people. Hopefully we nail some of these next year.
That's going to do it for our bold predictions. That would be crazy. Again, this is our bold predictions. They're nuts. So if you're going to leave comments that we're crazy, yeah, no kidding. We are. But we want to hear yours. Let us know in the comments what your favorite bold predictions are or what yours is. And it might just get pinned in the comments. We read every comment. And so certainly would want to hear your guys' input on this too. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Subscribe if you're not already. Also, if you want to be part of the Chaos Crew, make sure you're hitting join next to subscribe and get some really cool channel perks from us as well. That's going to do it for me and Fat Man Zoom. Thanks so much for hanging out. We will see you next time.
Bye.